Hello, I hope this video finds you well today. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this Shamrock granny square. The particular one I have in my hand was made with a size 10 crochet thread. This next one is a size 0 or a size 2. I use kind of a combination of both those yarns. And the yarn itself is actually made from kind of a recycled sari material. And so you can kind of get a feel for what this piece looks like using that kind of yarn. The next example I have for you is made from a size 3 weight yarn. And rayon is a semi-synthetic yarn. And this rayon yarn is made from bamboo fibers. And then the next one, the last but not least, this square is made from a combination of size weight 4 and size weight, I believe this is 5 yarn. Just your basic acrylic yarn. All of these yarns can be found at just about any hobby store, any big box kind of general store, many places online, all except for this one. This one's more of a specialty yarn. And then for more information on these yarns, I will have that listed for you in the description box below. My name is Sig, and what a pleasure it is to have this time with you today. It's your interest and support that allows me to contribute new content and weekly videos. Help us all grow together by tapping the subscribe bar and notification bell and like buttons. I look forward to your comments and always value your feedback. Now let's get started. So with today's video, I'm actually going to show you how to do the square with this crochet thread. It's an Aunt Lydia's. It's one of my more favorite go-tos. Even though I constantly experiment with other threads, this particular thread is pretty stiff, and so it's great for when I want a lace size motif. But as shown to you with the other examples before this, this design can be used in any weight yarn you choose. Just make sure that you use the appropriate size hook. I'm going to begin with this. It's called Myrtle Green. It reminds me of a Kelly green, and I think that's just perfect for this project. First thing we're going to do is we're going to begin with a slip knot. Then I'm going to chain 4 and 4. And then I'm going to join. And then chain 1. Now in this ring, I'm going to go ahead and single crochet 8 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 7, and 8. Then I'm going to join. Next, I'm going to chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then I'm going to double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. I'm going to do that once. And then I'm going to do it again in the next stitch, double crochet, and then one more time in the next stitch, double crochet. Then I'm going to half double crochet in the next stitch, and then single crochet in the last stitch of that chain. So you should have something that looks like this so far. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my work like so. And in that same chain that I just did my single crochet, I'm going to come here and do a single crochet, but on the other side of it. And then across from that, on the next stitch, crossed from the half double crochet, I'm going to do a half double crochet. and then across each of the next double crochets, I'm going to do a double crochet. So that'll be 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. So your piece should look something like this so far. Next, I'm going to chain 3, and I'm going to slip stitch that in the same stitch as my last double crochet. And I'm going to chain 1. Now I'm going to single crochet 3 times in the next chain 3 space. 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to make 2 single crochets in the next stitch. That'll be 1 and 2. And then 2 more single crochets in the next stitch. 1 and then 2. And then single crochet once in the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. So this is what you should have so far. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my thread or yarn, whichever you may be using, behind the leaf. And then I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to make a nice tight slip stitch there at the base. So you have something that looks like this. Then I'm going to single crochet in that first single crochet on this side of your work, of your leaf. And then I'm going to single crochet once in the next 2 stitches. And then the next stitch, I'm going to do 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. And then 2 more in the next stitch, 1 and 2. And now I'm going to do 3 single crochets in this next 3 chain space. So 1, 2, and 3. So your work should look something like this now. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my thread or yarn, whichever you may be working with, and I'm going to position it behind my leaf. Then I'm going to take my hook and I'm going to insert it right here in this first opening of the chain that goes right down the middle of this leaf. And I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to pull that yarn through, and I'm going to make 1 slip stitch. Then I'm going to insert my hook into that next chain stitch, and then I'm going to do the same thing, make a 2nd slip stitch. And then I'm going to put it into the 3rd chain that's visible, and I'm going to do 3, and then 1 more is going to get me 4 chain stitches right down the center of that leaf. Okay, now this is where it gets just a little tricky, but it anchors your leaf onto the middle part of your shamrock. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hook and I'm going to slip it right through this single crochet. And then I'm going to slip it right through the single crochet right here where we began on my loop. And then I'm going to yarn over and pull that thread through. And so now I have it completely anchored into the center part of the ring. And I'm going to take my work and I'm going to turn it. And now we're going to skip this single crochet on the ring, but we're going to insert the hook into the next single crochet on the ring and make another slip stitch. And then from there, we start the leaf process all over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. And then double crochet in the next stitch. And double crochet in the next stitch after that. Then half double crochet in the next stitch, and then single crochet in the last stitch of that chain. Then turn your work and single crochet in that same chain stitch, except on the other side of your leaf. And then half double crochet in the next stitch, and then double crochet in the next stitch, and double crochet in the next stitch after that, and then double crochet in the next stitch after that. Now you're going to want to chain 3, and you're going to want to slip stitch in the same chain as that last double crochet, and then make a slip stitch. Then you're going to want to single crochet once, twice, and 3 times in that 3 chain space. And then in your next stitch, you're going to want to do 2 single crochets. And then the stitch after that, you want to do 2 more single crochets. And then you want to do a single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. And then you want to bring your thread behind your leaf. And you're going to want to do a nice tight slip stitch right in there. And we're going to start working our way up the other side of the leaf with a single crochet in the first single crochet on that side of the leaf. And then the next stitch a single crochet, and then the next stitch a single crochet. Then you want to do 2 single crochets in the next stitch, 2 more single crochets in the next stitch after that, and then 3 single crochets in that chain 3 space. And then you're going to want to move your thread behind your work, and then insert your hook into that first open chain that you see down the center of your leaf. You're going to want to pull through your yarn or your thread and make your first slip stitch. Then in the next open chain that you see in the middle of the leaf, you can do it again. Make another slip stitch, and then again 3, and then 4. Then you're going to want to insert your hook right here where the 2 single crochets are at. They're at the very base of your leaf. And then you're going to take your hook and then you're going to insert it right into the single crochet from which you started your original chain for that leaf. You're going to pull through your yarn, your thread, and slip stitch. Then you're going to go ahead and you're going to skip the next single crochet on the ring, and you're going to slip stitch in the stitch after that. And you're going to begin your 3rd leaf. Now continue that until you have all 4 leaves done. And then I will meet you back here to then show you how to quickly do the stem. And then we will move on to the square itself. So now that you have something that looks like this, we're going to have one single crochet stitch right here between these two leaves. And I am going to go ahead and slip stitch in there. That's where we're going to put the stem. And I'm going to chain 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then I'm going to, in the second chain from the hook, I'm going to slip stitch. And then in each of the remainder chains, I'm going to continue to slip stitch. Then I'm going to slip stitch in the same single crochet. I'm going to finish it off, but I'm going to leave myself a little bit of a tail. And then later in the video, I will explain why, if you haven't already figured it out. Okay, so now your shamrock should look like this. Now with this second color, in my case, this is called a Wasabi Green. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just go to the top of any leaf is fine. And I am going to fasten right there in the back loop of the second single crochet in that chain 3 space. I'm in chain 1. And that's going to count as a single crochet for this piece. Then I'm going to single crochet in the back loop of the next stitch. Now I'm going to chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then I'm going to single crochet, again back loop only, in that first single crochet of that chain 3 space there on the next leaf. So we got 1, and then a single crochet in the next stitch, and then a single crochet in the stitch after that. Remember, this is all back loop only on this row. Then I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to single crochet in the next back loop of the single crochet, and then again single crochet in the back loop of the next single crochet, and then again one more time. Then I'm going to chain 7, 5, 6, and 7, and I'm going to continue that same pattern all the way around. Now when I get here to the stem, I'm just going to ignore it. I'm just going to pull it through or forward as I go ahead and complete my chains and single crochets on this round. So when I've made a complete round, I'm going to join, chain 1, and then I'm going to single crochet in the next stitch. Then I'm going to do 7 single crochets in the next 7 chain space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then again, a single crochet in the next single crochet. And then a single crochet in the next single crochet. Single crochet in the next single crochet. Then I'm going to single crochet in the next chain 1 space. And then I'm going to continue to single crochet in each of the single crochet spaces. And then I'm going to single crochet 7 in this 7 chain space. I'm going to continue like that until this second row of the Wasabi green is completed. Okay, so after the second round of the light green, you can get ready for the third round. One more round of this particular green, at least for me. Your mileage may vary depending on whatever color you're using. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then next stitch, I'm going to double crochet. And then I'm going to double crochet in each additional stitch until I get to that 4th single crochet on the 7 chain space. And then when I get to that 4th single crochet on the 7 chain space, I'm going to double crochet twice in the same stitch. Then I'm going to make a single chain. And then I'm going to double crochet 2 more times in that same stitch. And then I'm going to continue with a double crochet in each of the following stitches until I get to that 4th single crochet in the next 7 chain space. And then again, 2 double crochets in the same stitch, a chain, and then 2 more double crochets in that same stitch. And then as before, I'm going to continue. And I'll meet you back here when we've completed round 3. Now, once you've finished that 3rd row of the square, you're going to finish it off, and then you're going to switch to your last color. Now, this particular color, you can start anywhere you want. Basically, it's going to be very similar to what we did with the last row. Again, I'm going to just go ahead and tie that in there. And chain 1. And then in the next stitch, I'm going to do a half double crochet. And then again, another half double crochet. I'm going to continue to do a half double crochet in each stitch till I come to the corner. And then when I hit that chain 1 space there in the corner, I'm going to do something similar to what we did before. And I'm going to half double crochet 2 times. in that chain 1 space. I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to half double crochet 2 more times in that same space. And then as before, I'm going to continue with my half double crochets in each stitch until I hit the next corner, at which time I will repeat what we just did in this corner. Okay, I'll meet you back here so that we can tell you what to do with the very last couple of steps of this project. All right, so you're almost there. So the only next thing you need to do is weave in your last thread from the last round of your square. And then this green thread here, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to be careful and weave it through the back of the stem. And then use that to actually tack your stem down in the position that you like. So you can see how this one has been tacked down so that it doesn't move around, much like all the other ones. And you just basically do that the same with this using your long tail. The next thing you'll definitely want to do is block your squares. I can't impress that upon particularly the beginners enough, because that's really what brings this nice clean element to your work. Okay, now is the time for me to say goodbye. So until I see all you wonderful and creative fiber artists again, stay crafty, stay amazing. Bye-bye now.